reading the sunshine notice. Statement of compliance with Open Meetings Act. Notice of this meeting was given by 1, sending sufficient notice herewith to the Home News Tribune, the Asbury Park Press, the Jersey Journal, and the Bergen Record. 2, by filing advance written notice of this meeting with the clerk administrator of each member, and 3, by posting a copy of the meeting notice on the public bulletin board of all members. I direct the secretary to enter into the minutes of this meeting the advance written notice of this meeting and this statement. Roll call, Mr. Kurtz.
Herrera, Sika, Robbins, Brady, Matt Crane,
Here.
Scott Pruitt,
Here.
Zanetta, Jennifer Meyer, Brandon Goldberg, Maria De La Sala,
Yeah.
Kathleen Hart, Denise Biancamano,
Here.
Alan Weinberg, Paul Clark,
Here.
Joe Merritt,
Here.
Tom Laughlin,
Here.
Kevin Boyle,
Here.
Christine Fisher, Bernie Hodzovic,
Here.
Glenn Cullen, Jack Lane,
Here.
Joe Zenga,
Here.
Dawn McDonald,
Here.
Jay Delaney,
Here.
Larry Pollak, William Kurtz, Glenn Kurtz, Ed
Here.
Costino,
Here.
Joe Manzo,
Here.
Donna Setzer,
Here.
Lisa Gallo, Louis Cote,
Here.
Barbara Randall, Sean Kelly,
Here.
Dominic Sinelli,
Chris Sanford is here on Thunder behalf.
Chris Sanford,
Yes.
thank you. Jay McManus,
Tom Felich is here on Jay's behalf.
okay. Robin Rassiopi, Craig Josephson, Bill Gardner, Bonnie Vitafino,
Here.
Mike McCormick, Tony Tambora,
Here.
Donna Rassiopi.
Danielle.
Robin, Danielle.
Here.
Okay, Danielle. All present, Council Chair. I'd like to welcome Jack Lane from the Borough of South River. You'll be the permanent commissioner, Jack. Welcome aboard. Thank you.
Okay, we have, as you can see, a camera in the room, which is not routine for us. I know of no policy relative to whether that is a welcomed situation or not. So in the absence of a policy, I'm going to suggest that we allow the open portion of the meeting to be filmed.
You can consider a policy in the future that regulates such events. Basically, the gentleman has to comport himself with the decorum of the meeting, can't interfere with the meeting and interrupt it. You may want to consider a policy, you may not, but generally it's an open public meeting. Therefore, you have to comply with the Open Public Meetings Act and various case law that constructs that. You could regulate how and where they can set up and those kind of things, and what kind of interference, if any, they are allowed to have if there's not sufficient money. But I think we should follow the chairman's advice.
Okay, and just a reminder, Mr. Cradaville, and I don't know the name of your cameraman, at closed session, you will leave the room, right? Okay. If you've had a chance to read the minutes from April 26th, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
So moved.
Second.
Kevin and Denise.
Don McDonald,
Yes.
Tom Laughlin,
Yes.
Bernie Hodzovic,
Yes.
Denise,
Yes.
Kevin Boyle,
Yes.
Joe Merritt.
Okay, we're going to also take some action on appointments and election of officers. As you know, when Fred Carr left the JIF, I've been put into the position of acting chairman. We'll need a secretary, and I believe we'll need 2 executive board members to be appointed as well. And alternates, okay. So The nominating committee, is there a recommendation to be made by the nominating committee?
We recommend Tom Laughlin as chairman and Bernie from South Brunswick as secretary. 2 executive board members to be moved up, Denise from Milltown and Maria from Millstone. And the alternates, Jay from Spring Lake and Scott from Jamesburg.
Okay. Any discussion on those recommendations or nominations?
Just that it should reflect Spring Lake Heights.
Spring Lake Heights.
Our neighbors take offense when we,
My apologies.
none taken, please.
Okay. Then, if you would be so kind, someone to move those nominations together, I'll entertain that, okay? Ms. Dawn, do we have a second?
Second.
Is that Kevin?
Kevin? Okay, and roll call, I think, is the recommendation.
Everybody present can vote.
Scott Pruitt,
Yes.
Maria Del Sala,
Yes.
Denise Biancamano,
Abstain.
abstain. Joe Merritt,
Yes.
Tom Laughlin,
Yes.
Evan Boyle,
Yes.
Bernie Hazovic.
Yes.
Dawn McDonald,
Yes.
Jay Delaney.
Yes.
What do you call everybody that's here tonight? I missed a few.
No.
Missing a few.
Scott Pruitt.
Got me already, yes.
Adam. What do we put up here? Did I give you the list? Right here. Minimum.
Just ask who votes support.
Who hasn't been called? We have a little bit of a clerical problem here.
Jack.
I'm a yes.
All right, Paul Clark's a
Paul
yes.
Clark, Jackson,
Jack Lane's a yes. Anyone else that we missed?
Yes.
Right, that everyone?
Okay, has everyone casted a vote? Okay. All right, so then, Bill, you ready for an administrative? Well, actually, congratulations, everyone. And I thank the nominating committee for handing us a few names for consideration. Bill, if you're ready, we'll do the administrator's report.
Let's go over the claim synopsis, which you should have received for the year as of end of May. Year 2015, auto physical damage, $260,233. Automobile liability, $306,274. Property damage, $125,085. GL, $444,775. And workers' comp, $3,361,864, for a total of $4,498,201, as opposed to a budget allowance of $6,169,401, 73% loss ratio. In 2016, APD, $321,325, auto liability, $101,373. Property damage, $52,298, GL, $236,185, and workers' comp, $3,561,331, for a total of $4,279,512, as opposed to a budget of $7,001,000, 60% loss ratio. Stayed pretty much the same as it was. 217, $44,353 in auto PD. Auto liability, $21,055. Property damage, 36,909. General liability, only 33,731. And workers' comp, 307,719, for a total of 443,767. Again, there's a budget of $7,001,000 for a 6% loss ratio through the year, which is extremely good. Investments, pretty much the same. We're getting about 1/2 interest rate. The total investments to date, $8,400,728, gaining interest of $69,653 per year on an annual basis.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Bill? All right. Donna, could you give us a report on managed care, please?
Sure. Talkers reports of savings and network penetration for the month of April. They are self-explanatory, but in summary, percentage of savings from bill charges was 64%. We had 96% of network penetration and 24 injuries that were called in seeking treatment. If there are any questions regarding the rest of the report, I'd be happy to answer.
Okay. Seeing none, thank you, Donna. We'll move on to safety and loss. Glenn?
Yeah, in your package for the month are all claims reported since the last meeting, claims we are currently pursuing third-party recoveries on, as well as claims we've closed off the system since the last meeting. Also in the package are total recoveries on the workers' comp system, $3,093,588. And the general claim unit, $15,010,096. Also, I have Mr. Gote here to give you an update with respect to the training programs as well as compliance for the OSHA program.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just want to let everybody know in regards to trainings that's been conducted since the previous meeting that we had. On May 3rd, we had hearing conservation held at Milltown. We had a bloodborne pathogens training held at New Brunswick Parking Authority, and also chainsaw awareness held at Milltown. Earlier today, we had personal protective equipment held at Pompton Lakes. Tomorrow, we actually have a lockout tagout training class that's going to be held at Spotswood. There's a lot of spots that are available. If anybody would like to send a maintenance or operators to this, that would be good for them. Bloodborne pathogens will be held on Friday in Spotswood. That's an annual training program that everybody needs. There are spots available, so feel free to contact us, and we'll be able to get anybody into the class. We have fall protection ladder safety training in Borough Milltown on June 7th. Safety and health orientation actually here in the JIF office. That's a nice refresher class, and also for new employees if anybody would like to send anybody. Trenching, shoring, and excavation in South River on June 19th. Another class on bloodborne pathogens in Milltown on June 19th. HAZCOM refresher training in the Borough of Metuchen, that's due every 2 years. So feel free to contact us. There are spots available. And trenching and shoring will be held at South Brunswick on June 29th. And bloodborne pathogens training will be held at South River on June 30th. And as of Friday, we will be going to Spring Lake Heights to complete the Right to Know survey. And next week, we will complete South Brunswick Right to Know survey. So after that, all the surveys will be completed, and we're in the process of getting everything submitted to the state. Unfortunately, their system there's been a lot of headaches with it, a lot of bugs with their online system. So we are working with that as we speak. If anybody has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them now or later on. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis and Glenn. Joe Monzo, finance report.
Yes, Glenn should have emailed everybody the report this morning. It shows our expenses for the year for 2017 type claims as being about $6.6 million out of a $13 million. No, I'm sorry, what's that? Wrong one. Out of a $13.8 million budget, we've spent about $4.3 million so far, the majority of that being for premiums. In terms of the assessments, all the towns, with the exception of a couple, are on target for their payments through the first 5 months of the year. I think the last installment's due
August 1st.
August 1st. So all the members are paying timely.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Mr. Monzo? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss claims. At this time, we'll ask, thank you, Mr. Craddock.
Who seconded it?
Bernie.
Camano?
Yes.
Kevin Boyle?
Yes.
Joe Meyer?
Okay, is there any old business to discuss?
Only like to follow up to an email I sent out with respect to the Oprah request. We are in the process of answering it. Both phases that the request came in for have been, the first two phases have been satisfied, and the third phase is in the process of being done. So.
Okay. New business, we have a resolution to recognize Fred Carr's service to this JIF.
Yes.
Would you like to read it?
Yes, I
Bill?
would. Whereas Fred Carr has served as Commissioner of the Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund beginning on December 10th to 12 through March 27, 2017. Fred has served the JIF with outstanding professionalism and dignity. Whereas Fred has served as a member of the Executive Committee. Whereas Fred Carr has been Chairman of the JIF from March 1st, 2016 to March 27, 2017. And Fred Carr's service to the JIF has been exemplary to all employees, staff, and board of commissioners. Whereas Fred Carr has served in public employment in the state of New Jersey for over 15 years, including his position as senior manager for jury professional management, serving as township administrator for the township of Cranberry from December 2000 to May 2005. Borough Administrator Borough of Matawan, April 2006 to November 2008. Township Administrator, Township of Bloomfield, 2009 to 2011. And Borough Administrator for the Borough of South River from 2012 to 2017. Whereas Fred is a retired military veteran, having proudly served the United States of America, and Fred is a graduate of the United States Military Academy at West Point, graduating with a BS in General Engineering, and a graduate of Fairleigh Dickinson 1994 to 1996. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund hereby recognizes Fred Carr for his outstanding service to the Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund and to his community and state of New Jersey. Further resolved, Fred Carr shall be commended and congratulated on his public service and his continuing public service to the residents of the state of New Jersey, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of Middlesex County Joint Insurance Fund on the date of its adoption into the law.
Okay, thank you, Bill. I'll entertain a motion to approve that resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Second. Don McDonald,
Yes.
Tom Lockwood.
Yes.
Ernie Hazovic.
Yes.
Denise Biancamano.
Yes.
Kevin Boyle.
Yes.
Joe Meyer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Audience comments. Mr. Cradaville?
Good afternoon, members of the board. For those who don't know me, I'm Charlie Cradaville from New Brunswick. I'm the editor of a community newspaper there, New Brunswick Today. I have just a few questions for you today. I want to say it's good to be in a meeting being run by Mr. Laughlin. I'm usually in meetings with him, but not that you're running, so thank you for accommodating our video camera and for allowing me to ask a few questions here. I wanted to understand whose responsibility is to post the meeting minutes to the JIF website.
It's ours.
Okay, which person is in charge of doing that?
It's either myself or Glenn.
Okay.
So that would be Bill Kurtz or Glenn Kurtz.
Gotcha. And so presently, the most recent minutes available are February 22nd, and just a constructive suggestion on those minutes. Prior to sometime in 2014, the minutes would actually include the claims reports, closed files, and pending subrogation report that I can see some of the members have with you today. I don't understand why that practice was ended of including that.
Well, it's ended because there was someone who attended the meeting found out the reserve, saw the reserve that was posted, and told the claimant what the reserve was.
Wow. Can you tell me what case that was?
This is audience comments, not Q&A.
No.
Borough attorney, JIF attorney.
It's chairman's prerogative if he wants to entertain some questions, but
If you don't remember the case, that's fine, and maybe we can get you that answer, but you would probably understand
If I gave you the
the
name-
release of reserves to the public while we're trying to settle cases doesn't work well for the fund.
No, I understand. I wouldn't expect that to be made public, but the claims reports, the closed files, and the pending subrogation would all be matters, wouldn't include a reserve amount, right? It would just be the list of each of those types of things. So I can understand why you wouldn't reveal the reserves, but revealing which, for instance, closed files is not, there's no harm there. So I would respectfully ask that those documents that are given to the board be included in the minutes. You have nothing to lose by sharing that with the public, and indeed it might cut down on Oprah requests and make it easier for people like me to get information without having to come to one of your meetings. So it's just a constructive suggestion.
Okay, thanks. We'll ask the JIF attorney to review your requests and opine on that, and if there is in fact no harm in releasing that information, we will give your recommendations some very serious thought.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And the reason I came here today is I do have a concern about city-owned vehicles in New Brunswick. And as you know, being the business administrator, there is an employee who had pled guilty to careless driving in 2014. There was a lawsuit filed related to that crash where people were seriously injured. The city revoked the man's privilege for driving city-owned vehicles, but it's my understanding that privilege has been restored as of February, and as of May 18th, the person's now gotten in a crash again with a new Chevy Tahoe. Thankfully, no one was hurt, and there were no charges, but I'm concerned about the controls that the city of New Brunswick has for its city vehicles, and concerned, frankly, with the decision to buy a new vehicle, not a small vehicle, a big vehicle, and assign it to this particular person.
That's not really a matter for this JIF, I believe. That's not really a matter for this JIF to discuss.
Township.
Go to the New Brunswick Council meeting.
Exactly.
I do go to the New Brunswick
Well,
Council meetings. I went out of my
that's
way to come here, sir, because it's my understanding that you guys provide insurance for the city of New Brunswick, and the vehicles are insured by the
We don't
JIF.
determine who drives vehicles, that's up to the city of New Brunswick.
That's up to the city. We don't control
I
who
think your
drives
question
their
is
vehicle.
I'm sorry?
Your question is moot here.
Okay.
All right.
I think it is a matter of
let's,
concern for the JIF, and I'd like to hear a comment from you about the situation.
Let's just agree to have your questions come through the chair, and I'll defer them to anyone who can speak better than I can. We've talked about Mr. Rolls' driving record a few times, and you are aware, because I advised you at a council meeting, that his driving privileges were returned to him after he provided a driver's abstract which declared his driving status to be in good standing, and after he completed a defensive driving course that this JIF offered. At that time, his driving privileges were restored by the mayor. We've talked about that. The most recent accident has been reviewed. It is a concern of ours. The investigating officer found no fault by either driver. The suggestion that maybe there's a lack of control, I take offense to that. I think we take our driving performance very seriously, and we will continue to monitor the driving performance of all our employees, including Mr. Rawls.
Thank you for answering my question, and appreciate your time.
Okay, thank you. Any other audience comments? Okay. We will then move on to the bill list. Can I get a recommendation to approve that?
So moved.
Second.
Denise, right?
Denise and Vaughn?
Dawn?
Denise and Dawn.
Yeah.
The double
Delta
D.
Dawn. Norm McDonald?
Yes.
Tom Larkin?
Yes.
Bernie Osowitz?
Yes.
Denise Biancamano.
Yes.
Kevin Boyle.
Yes.
Bill Murray.
Okay, if there is no other business, we will adjourn the meeting. Motion to adjourn, I guess?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Don't Denise that time.
All right, thank you, everyone.